All right, guys, let's do this. What up? It's JoJo on the radio. This is the iHeartRadio Countdown. Mimi Webb, how are you?
Hi, Ledge. I'm good, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome. It's the last time I saw you was, 20 years ago, something like that?
Yeah, literally. I was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, wait, 20. Yeah, it does feel like that.
We got lots to chat with Mimi. Music, life, how the Benson Boone tour, everything. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
You have a couple of minutes to hang, right?
Of course.
Okay, let's go. Safe to say mistake. I think I heard you say this. This is the start of a new chapter for you, a new era. Is that right?
Yeah.
How would you describe this new, or maybe it's still developing, I don't know, but how would you describe this new era, this chapter for you?
Yeah. So I think for me it was like I really wanted to. I feel like as I'm growing up, I'm feeling more of becoming like a woman and feeling more like empowered and confident. And I don't know. I just kind of felt like my music was gonna it's changing with that kind of feeling. So I wrote this song "Mistake" end of last year in LA, which was also really cool. Obviously, being from London and living there, it was just really cool to kind of fly over and do something really different and right here. And this song is very different to the rest of my songs. There's a bit of a D&B jungle beat kind of swing to it, which is really fun to kind of do. It's not like the other songs I've got coming, but it's something that I just felt like it would be really cool just to put it out there and see what people thought. And I just loved it. There was something that felt so natural and special about it. So yeah, it's just so cool to be in this new time. And I just think that's one of the parts of being an artist that I love, is being able to evolve as well.
I talked to a lot of artists, obviously. And I think when an artist gets to a certain point, or maybe it's an age thing, or maybe it's just a leveling up kind of a thing, but you become more of the boss of you in a way, right?
Yeah, for sure, exactly. You just feel more in control. You figure out how the industry works and how it works as an artist, and then you can really, start to push boundaries a little bit more.
Is there a new, and you're probably working on music all the time, I guess, but is there a new album, EP, whatever, body of music in the works, or is it all super duper top secret?
Yes, there is a new album in the works. Yeah, I'm actually writing the whole record out here in LA, which is so exciting. And yeah, it's just nice to have such different inspirations, and being in a different environment just sparks so many new ideas. And yeah, I've got a new song coming. I think, this year really focusing on singles and just dropping songs and getting people really excited for what's to come, for sure.
What's it like? I mean, I've only been to London once, loved it. Oh my God. But what's it like for a girl from London to drop into LA and hang in? Because this countdown is everywhere, but we are sitting in LA, Burbank to be specific.
Yeah.
What is it like for a London girl to be writing and living, for a period of time in Los Angeles?
Honestly, it's so exciting. It really feels real when you do it. And I think you just don't, I think the feeling of it is just feeling super unsure where it's gonna go, but excited because you know that it's a new sound, a new feeling, a whole new environment, and you just kind of want to explore and experiment with the sound. And I think that's what writing here really gives you, for sure, in LA.
You work with a buddy of mine, Ryan Tedder.
Yeah.
I think I read that, and tell me if this is wrong or not. You said at first it was kind of scary working with Tedder, and I guess maybe just he's just done so much, or I don't maybe he looked mean that day, or I don't know. What was it? What you mean by that? And how was it working with Ryan?
So I met Ryan last year summertime at a festival, and we were both playing the same show. And I was with my mum and some friends, and they were like, "You should go introduce yourself." I was like, "Oh my God, I'm too scared," because I've been a One Republic fan for so long. And I was just like, "I can't, I'm too scared." And then I managed to get the courage, and I did it. And I remember I just stuck my hand out to shake his hand. I was like, "Hi, I'm Mimi Webb, and I'm an artist from the UK." And I spoke so fast, and I think he was like, "What did you just say?" What? Are you okay? It was so funny. But I was really happy I did it. And then 4 months later, I got a call from my team being like, he wants to get in the studio. And I was like, what? So we wrote "Mistake," which was the first song we wrote together that day. And I think it was just more nerve-wracking, like you said, because he is just such a legend. And we also had a 3-hour chat at the start of the session to go through kind of where I see myself going, and giving him an idea of where I want to go. And then we just created this song, which is very obviously different to the rest of my stuff. So we were really pushing the boat, and it was really cool to be able to jump straight in the studio and already push the boundaries more and really work on a new kind of fresh sound that we wanted to create. So it was just a whirlwind of emotions because it was just such a big day, and it was just like the first step into this kind of new era that I saw, for my future. So it was just, it was amazing. And we're writing so much music now. So it's been really great.
He's such a good dude.
Yeah, he really is. He's such
God.
a legend. Yeah.
What is Mistake about? Is it about a real person, a real event, totally made up? I mean, if you can say, great. If not, whatever. But what is Mistake about?
So Mistake is about kind of just living in the moment and just really like making risky decisions or making a mistake and just being in that moment and not overthinking it, because I feel like we can overthink everything. Like
me and you both.
Literally,
Jesus.
like there's things that I'm like, why am I stressing about this? And I just think, you only live once, and we all know that, but I think it's so easy to forget that. And I think this song, I really wanted it to replicate that feeling of just really present moment and having fun and making mistakes and learning from them, but also kind of there's a darker kind of tone to it where it's kind of like a bit cheekier, and it's like, let's just go off and be crazy and be rebels and have fun, and there's only a certain amount of time we have to do that sort of thing.
Are you an overthinker too?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I saw this quote the other day. It was like, what did they say? It was something along the lines of when your brain starts doing that overthinking thing, and it's almost like you have to ask yourself, whose side are you on, brain?
Yeah,
like, are you on my side or somebody else's side?
Yeah, literally. Like I also learned, because I did like a mindset coaching. Cool. It was really cool, and it was really interesting to learn that there's two parts of you. There's your like soul and who you are, and then your mind. And it's so easy to think your mind is part of you, but it's actually like kind of, it works, like you said, it does work against you at times, and it's kind of creating that relationship with it to kind of control it, I guess.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Was that in London or LA?
London, yeah.
That sounded like an LA thing.
Yeah, literally, I was thinking that. I was like, I should probably just say LA.
Mimi just wrapped the Benson Boone tour. He's such a good dude too.
Oh, yeah.
How was the Benson tour?
Oh my God, it was incredible. I was so excited to be, playing to all of his incredible fans and meeting new people. The audience were just, every night was just amazing. And Benson's amazing and his whole team. So yeah, I think we're already missing each other for sure, because we were all like a little family. But I can't wait to come back now and be able to, have fans from those shows that will hopefully come see me. So,
okay, so you probably can't say this or if it's even happening at the moment, but is there a Mimi tour talks? I guess you want to tour it, so clearly.
Yeah, for sure.
Or maybe everything is sort of, is there anything going on tour-wise, Mimi? Or blink once if there's something going on.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there is, we're definitely, I think with the new album and wanting to make sure we get like a world tour around that 100%. So there will be something coming for sure.
You enjoy life on the road?
I enjoy the shows. The actual life kind of style can be tough at times when you're living out of suitcases constantly, but I love being able to get on those stages and also just see new places and learn. Like I love history, so I love being able to go and
so you tour the town and
like I go during the day. I'll like find some time to go tour the towns and just to see what went down.
That'd be a shame if you couldn't, because if you're just going like from hotel to a stage and you don't if you can't see the city and go to a mom and pop little restaurant or a coffee joint.
Yeah, that gets a little bit sad.
Mimi, craziest place you've been asked for a pick. Your fans love you.
Ooh.
They want to pick, and I'm sure you love your fan, obviously. But sometimes some of the pick requests are in some bizarre places.
Do you know what this one's actually? I was on a horse one time because I horse ride.
Haven't heard that answer.
Yeah, literally very strange. I was horse riding and I was literally just out and about, hacking about in the UK. And I actually ran into someone that was like, I was just riding past them and they were like, is that Mimi? And I was like, hi. They were like, do you mind? I was like, no, of course. And I'm literally so high up with like a hat on. I'm like trying to pose and they're like, so like, it was just so funny.
Okay, now I just got to, were you at like a horse riding like ranch where you go in and you like rent a horse for a day? Or is that,
yes,
or just like randomly on the street with the horse?
Yeah, no, my friend's horse. Yeah, I was riding him and it was just me actually. We were just like literally, it was in like it was like countryside fields. So that's why it was so random, because it was like someone that was just walking their dog. And I was like,
that's crazy.
How's this happened? So I was like, oh no, I was like all red because I'd just been for a canter and like, I just looked really like.
Been to a what?
a canter.
What is that?
It's like there's like trotting and then cantering. It's like the
gotcha.
next. You guys
So
might
kinda
call
go-
it something else, but
Like a
gallop.
Gallop, there we go.
vibe, Yeah. Yeah.
learning stuff.
So I was like a red like tomato, like trying to get this photo. Horse is freaking out.
Got to ask that question quite a few times, and I've never heard. Well, I was on a horse. That's awesome. Let's play this track, Mistake.
Hey.
What before I hit the red blinking button? Anything else you want to say about? I saw the video. You killed the dude in the video. I guess you know. I assume that's what you're insinuating.
Oh
I think.
gosh, yeah, it was a bit mad. Yeah, a bit mad.
Why did you kill the guy? Why do you have to die?
Do you know what? I think it was more of the thing of like we didn't realise it happened. Like you could see that pure panic in our faces when we were trying to get that across.
Mimi, two-part question.
Yeah.
What do you consider your best live performance? Everything was just about perfect. Then the complete flip of that. What do you consider your worst? Everything went straight to hell.
Oh,
It happens to everybody.
yeah. Do you know what? My best one with the tour I've just done, that's the most recent shows. The Utah show was incredible.
Ooh,
that
nice.
was a 10,000 people's like arena. We were like in a huge arena, so that was so cool. And it was just so many people. So yeah, I think it was maybe more, but it was like I was really scared because I was like, this is gonna either go really wrong or really good. And it went so well. So we were so happy, especially as a support act. You know, you don't really get the full production, or you really are kind of limited on stage. But we smashed it. So I was so happy with that performance. And then another bad one would probably be my pack actually just stopped working at one of the shows. And I couldn't hear anything, so I had to, and I couldn't even hear music, so I literally had to just like hold my ear and like sing with what I think I was singing. I couldn't even really hear myself. Thank God I did it okay, and like nothing. There was no like bad. Like I wasn't as bad as I thought I was, but I was very
That's so
scared.
Scary, though, you know.
Honestly, and like you could just see the pure panic in my face. Like everyone probably thought, "What is going on?"
Oh my God! Well, you know what though? It happens to everyone, and I think artists kind of grow and know how do you overcome something crazy like that, you know?
Yeah, and I think it's also about brushing it off and moving on and getting to the next stage and just kind of not, because I think part of performing that I love is it being so in the moment, present and live, and you do see those moments where it's like there is an issue or that, and you've got to kind of just like really like shrug it off and make it feel as natural as possible, and that's when I can start going proper British and start yapping away. Like,
Good for you.
yeah.
I've heard somebody tell me once that they fell off stage and the mic went in their throat. I've heard that one before. So
that
can
would
you imagine
be
like
awful. Yeah, no, that freaked me right out.
I said, what'd you do? They pulled the mic out and kept singing?
Yeah.
Okay. Mimi, what is your favorite? You do a lot of writing.
Yeah.
What is your favorite lyric you've ever written? Either past, present, or upcoming. Don't give out anything that you can't give out, But favorite lyric.
Favorite lyric.
Impossible, I know.
Maybe like Mistake, the recent lyric, like with Mistake, the lyrics are they feel really like, you just feel like really like a bit dizzy and nostalgic with some of those lyrics. So probably be like Blackout with Me If You Dare. That would be a really cool one, because I kind of like that mode of like on a night out where you're like, let's just all get so crazy and go on a crazy one where we just like, we don't even care how we're going to feel in the morning sort of thing.
When you put on an album, I think I heard you say like super therapeutic, like to get a great line out that means something to you, to put it out into the world. It's like a therapy session, I believe.
Yeah,
right?
for sure. And like sometimes I think also I always hate if I ever like wake up and I don't remember it. Like I hate that feeling, so I feel like I like that lyric because it makes me like that feeling.
Oh, love it. I think you know this about me. Maybe it's been a while since we've talked, but I am obsessed with the paranormal. Haunted houses, ghost.
Yeah.
All that stuff. I've got a podcast called Paranormal-ish.
Have you?
Yes.
I need to come and like chat with you. I love this stuff.
You do. I talk to people who've had paranormal, like real encounters year round, not anywhere near Halloween. I don't care what time of the year.
Yeah.
Have you ever had anything you would consider a paranormal encounter?
Oh my God, I love it. I feel like we spoke about this last time as well. I love this too. We're very on the same page. But something really crazy to me was probably when I'm trying to think like the most. I think let's talk about the one that my mum had, because this is crazy. So we used to live in this cottage and it was very old. And the previous owner was like an old lady who had passed away in the house.
Oh man,
and
here we go.
Me and my brother were really young, so we didn't know about too much. But it's crazy what she's told me with this. So she always, my mum's very spiritual too, so she's always been able to go into a room and feel if there's like a weird energy or something. And she always knew there was something about the house. She obviously knew the background. So she was like, right. But we like had just moved to like Canterbury. So we were like rushed to Canterbury for my schooling. So we just had to go with whatever we could kind of find at the time.
Gotcha.
So we're in this cottage and my mum one morning, she always wakes up really early and she like fell asleep like for hours. She wasn't waking up. And the TV had just switched on randomly downstairs, but at like full blast. So my mum woke up and she was like, what's going on? Like, this is so strange. Walks downstairs, the front door's wide open. She's like freaking out. She's like, this is so strange. Like, what is going on? So then she's got woken up by the TV being on loud. We had CCTV out the door. She went, how's this opened? My dad had actually forgotten to shut the door when he'd left for work that morning. Like, he'd closed it, but the wind he didn't fully close the latch.
Right.
So my mum was like, that's so strange. It's like the TV was like the alarm that woke her up because that door had been open for a while.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So she was like, that's kind of strange. Like, what is there? Someone's helping me out here. That's really like, thank God that TV like woke me up. And then another time is when she went to do some gardening, and my mum's not a gardener, like she does not touch the garden. But this time she was like, I'm going to go out and do some nice gardening. My mum walked in, and as she's in the kitchen, the kettle turned on. And my mum was like, that's so strange. I hadn't even pressed it. It just started going.
Like an electric kettle?
Yeah, like
Okay.
just started. You have to press the button down to like make it go. And it just started going. She was like, this is so strange. And then around Christmas, we had like some family over, and me and my brother had made these little candles at school. So my mum had lighted them, and it just started like blowing up and going crazy. And then as it was doing that, my mum had like a tree. It was kind of like a fancy kind of decoration kind of tree thing. And it fallen over and like crashed, and then a glass had fallen off at the same time, and it was all these different places at once.
What the?
And my mum was like, this is actually mad. So my mum then got in contact with the past owner of her children, the lady that passed away, her kids. My mum had called them up being like, there's some activities going on. It's really strange. And was explaining times that it had happened. And my mum said it was one time when I gardened. They said, well, she loved gardening.
Oh,
and
God.
whenever anyone would go in the garden and help her out, she would always pour them a cup of tea.
No.
Yeah. So it was like crazy. And then my mum then went, well, we had friends, like loads of family and friends around Christmas, and it was a disaster. There was so many things going wrong. Things were falling off. And she was like, she hated too many people around the house.
Dude.
So my mum got goosebumps, and she was like, this must be the lady that's still in the house, like making all these signs and like not wanting people in the house or happy that she'd done it. It was just crazy.
Okay. That's pretty wild.
Is that wild? I'm just going on a tangent, but yeah.
I assume she doesn't, they don't live in that house anymore?
No, we did. Yeah, we moved out. Like we moved out quite soon after
Because
all
of that? Or one of the reasons? Or
I think my mum was just more worried that we'd start to also get scared, and like, because I think it was then becoming like a very obvious thing. But we were moving anyway because we were only going to be in there for like a little, it was just kind of like a quick place to pop in for like a year.
That's wild. Okay,
it was mad.
Final question on the paranormal. Whenever this tour kicks off, at some point you're going to be touring a lot, obviously. Would you consider staying in a haunted room? Because you're going to be surprised. Some of these hotels, beautiful hotels, they're probably more than you think. It's going to have like, look out for the 13th floor. Not maybe not 13th. Look out for the 7th floor, room 412. Would you ever consider saying, hey, I'd like to stay in the haunted room, and then report back to me and say, hey, Jojo, here's what happened. You know?
Yeah. I don't think I could do it on my own. I would do it with someone, but I wouldn't do it on my own. I don't know how long I'd last. I don't think I could sleep, that's for sure.
Oh, man.
But yeah, I mean, I do like the creepy stuff, like that stuff, but there's definitely a point where I'm like, I need to stop now because I'm actually scared as I can't sleep.
All right, well, next time you come across some of that, if you do, let me know kind of save it in your brain and let me know what happens.
Yeah, perfect.
Mimi, have you ever been starstruck? I know you've worked with a lot of people and done a lot of, stuff. Anybody ever go like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm meeting this person?
Yeah. Yes, when I met Adele, I was so starstruck. Adele's one of my favorite artists, all-time artists, and we were at a Billie Eilish show in London, and she was backstage, and then I'd gone backstage, and I went, like, she was just sitting in one of the management rooms, and I was just walked in, and she was there, and I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know. Honestly, I literally walked out and then had to walk back in. And I think she was probably thinking, what is this girl doing? So I was like, hi, how are you doing? And we were just chatting away. She was so lovely, but it was like a goosebumps moment. I was like, oh my God.
You know who okay, that's a great answer. But you know who I thought you were going to say? Like, I think the Queen of England. Did you meet her?
No, I never met the
never
Queen.
Met her. I think
no.
the last time I talked to you, just hit me. The last time I talked to you, you were about to do some show.
Yeah, the Jubilee. Yeah, that was incredible.
God, but yeah, I can imagine. That must have been just wow. But Adele, geez.
Oh my God, yeah. I met the rest of the royals, but yeah, not the Queen. She went to bed, bless her.
Well, she needed her,
Yeah.
or rest in peace.
Can't stay up too late, yeah.
Mimi, this part of this question is going to be somewhat controversial, First of all, how do you make a proper cup of British tea? I'll get to the controversial part in a second.
Yeah. So you get your hot water going on the kettle, get your tea bag in the cup, and you pour it in. So, yeah. Everyone knows that part.
Yeah, right. Now, okay, and any particular tea? I've heard like
English
PG
breakfast.
tips. Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
English breakfast. But I always let it go in for about 2 to 3 minutes. Take the bag out, then put your milk in, stir, and then I put 2 sugars in.
You put the sugars in after the milk.
Yeah,
okay.
And I like it milky. I think it needs to be milky to be a proper.
The controversial part, and everyone who comes in from England, anyone who's British, would you ever consider? Not that I would do this. Would you ever consider microwaving the water?
Never. That is disgraceful to even tell me. I check it out.
I mean, it's
no.
People get heated over that.
People do that.
Yeah, in this, like, I would never do that. I don't think. But some people we just to be quick about it. We just microwave the water.
Yeah.
Beep, 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 like a minute 40 or whatever. Not that once again, I would never ever. But then you just could you taste the difference?
Oh yeah. Oh, completely. It just changes the whole game. Like, there's just no point. You might as well pour it down the sink if you're going to do that.
Oh, man. So you fall in line with, I've been yelled at by Ed Sheeran and Dua Lipa, and even Dua's dad was like, oh my God.
That's hilarious.
Mimi, before I play number one, message to your fans, the day ones and the new fans. What do you want to tell these amazing people?
I just want to say thank you all so much for all the support and love so far. Thank you to everyone that's listening to me chatting away. And I'm so excited for everything to come, and I'm really looking forward to being more out in America and pushing and doing my best. And I'm so excited to live the dream.
How long are you gonna be out in LA?
Here for a while, yeah. Like, I'm always, like, this year I've probably been home in London for like 3 weeks already this year so far. So yeah, I'm barely home, but I mean, the weather's awful there, so I'm not complaining.
Right. LA weather, we've had as we sit in Los Angeles, we've had some rain, oddly enough, over the last maybe couple of months. We're good now at the moment,
Yeah.
All right, but hopefully it stays this way. What else do people need to know about Mimi Webb? Mimi Webb.
So, Mimi, the next stuff for Mimi, I'm saying for Mimi Webb.
When you're talking in third person,
I'm like, Mimi is doing this. Lots of new singles coming out this year, just really churning them out. I'm doing some really exciting festivals I can't wait to do. And just super excited to get this next era out, new album, tour. And hopefully everyone is loving what they're hearing. You know what I would love to do? If you have time, me, you, Tedder, get the crews together. Yes. And I want to go have with you a proper cup of British tea. Perfect. And food or whatever too. That'd be amazing. I know Ryan will be down for that because we talk about tea a lot. I'm totally serious. All right, so let's do it. Let's text up Tedder and get our tea on here. Yeah. Mimi, it's great to see you. Thank you, legend. So lovely to see you. Thank you. Absolutely. At the end of every interview, fist bump to make it. Yay! Bye.